Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Math with Mr. W. It's good to see you again. And today's discussion is about the number line. Now, first of all, when I've walked into a lot of kindergarten classes in my time of substituting over the last 7 to 10 years, what's really surprised me is that we have so many letters and alphabets all over most of the rooms, but very few numbers, except for one kindergarten class. I walked into it and there were numbers hanging all over the place. There were numbers just on strings all over the place, hanging in different sizes, obviously made by the students themselves, and colored and striped and polka dotted. They were all over the place, and they were on the walls. The only place that they weren't, and I was surprised that they weren't, were on the floor. And this is the one recommendation I have to make really, really strongly for all of you in kindergarten. And I'm going to do this for first grade when we get there too, is that you have a number line. More than just on the floor, you also have it on the wall. And that you have the 0 and you have the counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And that could go all the way up to 50 on your wall. That's your number line. And the students are seeing that all the time. But now, here's the kicker. You also have -1, -2, -3, -4, and that could go back as far as -20. Now you might ask, why would you have that? I don't discuss negative numbers in my class. Why should I have that there? You don't have to discuss negative numbers in kindergarten. You never have to discuss them. But someone's going to ask you about them, and you just might say, well, look, here's 0 in the center, and everything that's on this side that we always talk about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., is reflected on this side. Exactly the same. 0 is between, it's right there in the center between all the positives and all the negatives. And that's what you'll be telling them. And this is the takeaway numbers. They go in the opposite direction. And they'll find out further when they get next year about subtraction. You don't have to discuss it at great length. Just let them know that it'll be coming up in the future. But make them aware of the fact that they exist, okay? And take it out here. Let them see it over and over again. And now, why would I have it on the floor? Having it on the floor is really powerful. Because how many times do you send your students out on recess, out to lunch? You could say, before we go, nobody gets to leave the recess out for recess today unless we stand on an even number. But now you have to know, students have to be aware of what an even number is. So they have to know that the even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8. So they have already studied the idea of evens and odds. Or let's say you might say we have to stand on a number that's a multiple of 3. And that sounds a little bit silly for you to be doing that in kindergarten because they don't multiply. But watch how amazing it is for a person to stand on 3, but someone's going to go 1, 2, and they'll stand on 6. They'll get it without you having to explain it to them. and then 9 and 12 and 15. And then you're saying these are the multiples of 3. And then they can do it in a sing-song. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. And they start to learn the numbers that are the multiples of 3 in a sing-song. Just like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. In a sing-song. They all probably learn 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Why not the others? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So, and start easy. Start real easy. 2s and 3s, 4s. Don't push them into the 7s. That's only going to, 7, 14, 21, 28, 30. That's going to be, no. Start easy. Start real easy and spend time with the multiples and get them to go. So you can't go outside until you're standing on an even number. Can't go outside till you're standing on a multiple of 3. But the power is that they're recognizing these numbers as being more than just a number. They're something related to something else. And there's more strength in that. And that becomes power for the future. Now, again, this should be on your wall. You could put these on the tiles that you have along in your floor. If you have the little 12, 1-foot tiles, just put a 0 in one of the tiles and put a -1 in the one next to it, a 1 on the other side. And just put them on your floor. And when the kids come in, they're going to ask you about the negative numbers or about the numbers on the floor. They've probably never seen anything like that. So enjoy your teaching again. Enjoy what you do. Be the great warriors of education that I know you are. And if you do this, I know it's going to make math easier for all your youngsters. Have a great day. This has been Math with Mr. W.